Hello everyone. This is the Sharad Institute of Technology, College of Engineering, Getrab, Itzelganji. Presented the Department of Electrical Engineering. The presented by Miss S. A. Bunny. Firstly, we will see the all-over video regarding renewable energy sources. We will see in that particular presentation the brief introduction regarding renewable energy sources. So this is the renewable energy sources. It is our power and our future. Then we will see the what is the need of renewable energy. Energy is a prime source of economic, social and industrial development of country. So world energy consumption increase day by day. So still 70% of world electric generation depend up on the thermal generation. So there is lots of social and economical issues with conventional part. So world economic is looking for sustainable development in the field of power sector, and it because the birth of renewable energy sector is going to be very needed. In that particular in number of energy sources, the most important source is the solar power. So solar power, it is the using the sun to heat your home. Solar, in this particular solar power plant, the sun energy is going to be used for the generation of electricity. In that particular solar energy, we can capture this solar energy by using photovoltaic cell, and after that it is going to be activated the number of electrons, and from that activation electrons it is going to be generate a chemical reaction, and that chemical reaction is converted into electricity. So how it is works, this photovoltaics we can also say that particular in PV cells. In PV cells, the sun's energy powers is going to be captured by photovoltaic cells, and it is going to be converted a chemical reaction, and after that chemical reaction it is converted in electricity. So commercial residential, so it is going to be used for the commercial residential photovoltaic models anywhere from 10 to 300 watts. So whenever we use that particular solar energy for the electricity generation, it is the application for domestic, commercial, residential from 10 watts to 300 watts. Then it can be used for to mass to create the power plants. Then it is going to be used, the direct current generated must be inverted into alternating current energy. So for that purpose the photovoltaic cells is going to be used there. So what is the main advantages for the using of solar energy? The main advantages is the it is going to be completely pollution reduction. So from that particular solar power plants, it is nothing pollution is going to be created. It is completely pollution reduction sources. So over the 20 years, a 100 megawatt plant avoids 3 million tons of carbon dioxide. So just think about it. By using that particular solar power plant, we can also reduce the pollutions, and it can be also generate the oxygen, and it is going to be minimized the carbon dioxide which is harmful for human beings. Then whenever we calculate the all over solar energy analysis, we have to be getting the number of calculations. The 1000 kilowatt per hour of solar power saves 8 pounds of sulfur dioxide, 5 pounds of nitrogen oxide, and 1400 pounds of carbon dioxide. So whenever we getting the all over applications or all over these advantages, the solar power plant is going to be very better, and financially it is going to be better and better sources for human being. uh, the number of expensive materials also available. That is a 5 kilowatt system can cost of 40,000. Then power cost of 9 per watt. Over 30 states offer incentives whenever we generate the solar electricity by using solar power plant from the government. We can getting the number of subsidies or number of schemes, or not only schemes, it is also getting the incentives from government. So in that particular scheme, the California country is the best leader to encouraging the solar power use. So in our India also we can also uh, implement this particular solar power plant, and also we can generate the electricity as compared to California country. So that's why this solar power plant is going to be used or important. The next power source is going to be biomass fuel. So biomass fuel is going to be used whenever the in particular rural background area, because in that particular rural background areas the buffaloes cows is going to be available there in most of cost of area. And then in that particular uh, biomass energy, the raw material is going to be huge amount of available. So in that particular solid fuel combustion, the biomass energy is going to be used as solid fuel as well as liquid fuel. So solid fuel combustion is used for this biomass instead of coal tends to cleaner and helps eliminate waste efficiently. Then products burned are usually wood matter, vegetations, wastage of material in grass, wastage of material from uh, all over animals, or wastage of material from farms. This waste from lumber yards, etc., we can also call that cellulosic. So this is all over. Whenever we collect this all over solid and liquid materials in particular area, it is need to getting the proper digestion from that. So for the digestion system, this is going to be happen by naturally. So occurs that digestion system naturally, bacteria feed on decomposing waste and releases gases like methane, hydrogen, carbon dioxide, etc. So from that collecting all over raw materials we can generate, and whenever it is going to be proper digestion, the all over number of gases is going to be produced or releases, that is the like methane, hydrogen, carbon dioxide, etc. So pipelines running through waste collect gases, we can also call the landfills, feedlots, zoos, etc. So synthesis gases can becoming any kind of hydrocarbon fuels. So whenever we getting the number of digestion system is going to be properly, next one is gas is going to be available, that is called ethanol. So ethanol, it is the combination of alcohol, chemical formula CH3, CH2 and OH. So produced using this dry mill method, the 81 plants in 20 states can produce 4.4 billion gallons each year. So just think about it. Any cellulosic biomass can be converted into ethanol, so it is very beneficial for us. Next one is wind energy. Next sources is which is renewable and lots of mostly used in our India, that is the wind energy. So wind energy, it is the fastest growing source of renewable energy, we can say. Then what is the history and definition of wind energy? History of wind energy is, firstly it is used early as 5000 BC. First used to generate electricity in Denmark as early as 1890. So it is very old method for generation of electricity which is used in firstly Denmark. Now, wind generated electricity is very close in cost to the power from conventional utility generation in some locations. So this is the all over history regarding wind power plant. Then we will see the definition of wind power plant. Wind is a form of solar energy. So whenever the uh, all our operations or process is changing of solar energy, according to that process the wind is going to be changed or increased or decreased. So because of that, by uneven heating of atmosphere by the sun or irregularities of the earth's surface and the rotation of the earth, the wind is going to be generated, or it is going to be move small or little or bigger level. Okay, the amount and the speed of wind depends on the earth's terrain and other factors. So this is the wind energy is going to be used, and what it is the basic introduction or definition of wind power plant. Firstly we will see the wind energy is going to be installed. There are two turbines. First one is horizontal axis wind turbine and second one is vertical axis wind turbine. But in our India, the horizontal axis wind turbine have a number of advantages as compared to vertical axis wind turbine. That's why the horizontal axis wind turbine is going to be mostly used. And the generating capacity of horizontal axis wind turbine is also bigger than vertical axis wind turbine. Okay, so this is a picture of horizontal axis wind turbine, which is have 3 blades, or we can also improve the number of 4 blades also. But it is the standard, and technically it is the best part or best reason or best techniques. It is for 3 blades is very conventional. Next picture is for vertical axis wind turbine. So vertical axis wind turbine have the all over construction, which is shown in our figure. So all over these pictures, in particular the vertical axis wind turbine have a number of disadvantages, and as compared to uh, horizontal axis wind turbine, vertical axis wind turbine have the low generating capacity, so that's why it is rarely used. Next one is advantages and disadvantages. Firstly, we will see the advantages. So, what is the advantages of wind power plant? So, wind is free. Wind farms need no fuel. So, wind is going to be freely available in our nature, and wind farms, no any type of fuel is used for the installing wind farms. So, it is going to be produces no waste or greenhouse gases. This is one more advantages. Next one is the land beneath can usually still be used for farming. Next one is wind farms can be tourist attractions. One more advantages. And last one is that is a good method of supplying energy to remote area. So this is the all over advantages for wind power plant. According to advantages, the disadvantages also available. So what is that? First one is not always predictable. Second one is price of land. Third one is changing landscape. Fourth one is can kill birds. Migrating flocks tend to like strong winds. Next one is it can be affect the television reception if you live nearby. Next one is noisy. Whenever the blades is going to be continuously rotated, it is going to be generated noise, and it is so that's why it is called noisy. A wind generator makes a constant low swooshing noise day and night. So it is all over advantages and disadvantages of wind power plant. Next sources is geothermal. So geothermal, it is exploiting Earth's temperature to produce electricity and heat our homes. So in whenever the internally the all over process or all over operation is going to be generated from that particular area, the number of temperature or number of heat is going to be produced. So that's why this heat or this energy is going to be used for also the electricity generation. So what is the all over direct heating versus generating electricity? Whenever the direct heating is generated, according to that the electricity is also going to be generated. So immediate and usable energy, first one is. Second one is it can be heat buildings or entire areas. Next one is relatively warm air in winter. Next one is warm water piped under streets in clamps for falls or melts snow. Next one is same principle of relative temperatures allows for cooling of buildings in summer. So in particular geothermal sources in mostly in summer days it is going to be happen. Next one is different types of plants depending on geothermal area. It is going to be hot water or hot steam, not so hot water, using steam directly to spin turbine, and flashing steam to spin turbine. So according to that all over using number of materials, the it is going to be generate the electricity from hot water of hot steam. Next one is what is the advantages of geothermal power plant? It is going to be reliable. So reliability, the earth's heat provides a constant source of energy. So it is the completely free of cost. Low impact on environment. Next room for improvement. So 2300 megawatt in 2004, and DOE estimates could be 15,000 megawatt by 2014. So hot dry rock, if the technology works, we would tap geothermal energy anywhere. So this is the all over advantages. Next one is disadvantages is depletion of water, re-injecting water. what is the disadvantage? It is going to be depletion of water. So re-injecting water or just because of earthquakes, it should plants be responsible. Uh, Heat depletion, natural cooling of earth's crust and cannot be avoided. Plants becomes less and less efficient. So economics point of view, the building cost is, this is all over building cost of installed capacity, just read it. And then geothermal areas aren't always near electricity grids, so this is all over disadvantages also. Next one is, what is the projections for geothermals? So national commissions on energy policy estimates 4 to 6% per kilowatt per hour. So compress favorably with other renewables as compared to solar, 20 to 25% per kilowatt per hour. So compresses favorably with coal in NG 4-5% per kilowatt per hour. So this is all our estimates depends on availability of geothermal sources and success of HDR technology. Next one is the next one. This is all over regarding geothermal power plant. Next sources is way more and more important sources is hydroelectric power plant. America's leading renewable energy sources for the hydroelectric power plant. What is the history and basics information regarding hydroelectric power plant? The earliest reference from 4th century BC Greek literature. Hydro comes from the Greek word that is for water. Hydro, it is a Greek letter for, we can say, a normally in language water. By 1980 accounted for 20, accounted for 25% of global electricity and 5% of total world energy used. So totaling to 2044 44 billion kilowatt per hour. So it is all over history regarding renewable energy sources. The basic information regarding hydroelectric power plant is, water flows from the high potential energy, that is high ground, to lower potential energy, that is lower ground. The potential energy difference is partially converted into electric energy through the use of a generator. There are two major designs in use that utilize water to produce electricity. So this is the all our basic information regarding hydroelectric power plant. What is the basic construction or exact layout of all over hydroelectric power plant, which is shown in above figure? In above slide, the all over layout of hydroelectric power plant. This is the reservoir, intake, penstock, powerhouse, generator, turbine, river, or long distance power lines. So whenever the number of higher amount of water is going to be collected in reservoir, it is flows from upper side to lower side for the higher pressure amount of potential energy of water with the potential energy of water. So whenever this reservoir is going to be collected huge number of water, it is going to be fall on the turbine from higher level to lower level, from higher potential level to lower potential level. And whenever it fall by using this penstock, by using penstock, it is fall on the turbine. The turbine is going to be rotated by the pressure of water. And whenever the turbine is going to be rotated, it is completely connected to the alternator. Whenever the water is flows from upper side to lower side, it is have the potential energy of water. And whenever it is going to be fall on turbine, this potential energy is converted into mechanical energy, and this turbine is coupled with alternator. Whenever the turbine is going to be rotated, the mechanical energy is generated and it is going up to alternator. This mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy, which is electrical energy is going to be generated. That electrical energy is going to be transferred by all over power lines. And whenever we generated all over electricity, the some amount of power is, some amount of water is going to be wasted, and that wasted water is also collected in river, and that water is also used for regeneration of water. So that's why this is the basic information regarding layout of all over hydroelectric power plant. So there are number of, in our Maharashtra, in our India, the number of power plant is going to be installed, but pumped storage power plant, it is the small reservoir or small hydroelectric power plant which is used. So what is the advantages? So without some means of storing energy for quick release, we would be in trouble. So this is the advantages. Next one is little effect on the landscape. Next one is no pollution or not wastage is going to be available there. Whenever we use this water for the electricity generation, then nothing pollution is going to be generated there. So what is the disadvantages? Expensive to build. Next one is once it's used, you can't use it again until you have pumped the water back up. Good planning can get around these problems. Okay, and what is the important concept? These plants are not really power stations but a means of storing energy from the power stations. So this is the all over important concept. So encouraging development through government policies. So what is the government policies? Whenever it is, we can use this all our renewable energy sources. So number of energy sources or number of government policies is available at the national level. Congress passed the Energy Policy Act of 2005 to expand renewables so they become economically competitive energy sources, increase US consumptions of renewable energy, developing existing renewable sources. So National Commission on Energy Policies, which is available in national level. Whenever we considering the state level all our policies, the state renewable portfolio standards, that is the RPS, states with ample renewable sources. So Hawaii's, Illinois, Minnesota shifting towards adopting them. Most have adopted them in the past 5 years. More will catch on as conventional energy sources run out. So this is the all over national level and state level schemes. Whenever we thinking about the future, the Energy Policy Acts means we will see more renewable in the next 10 years, efficiency will increase. So if whenever the efficiency of increase for renewable energy sources, it is going to be also increase the all over applications. The tradable permit system, if faster, will provide huge economic boost to renewables. Consumption of renewables will increase by up to 60%. Depends on solving problems of initial allocations of permits and other countries' cooperations. Action at the state level will increase as the nation seeks to find alternatives to fossil fuels. More renewable legislations will undoubtedly be put into effect as we run out of energy. So this is all our past, present and futures regarding all our renewable energy sources which is available in solar energy, geothermal energy, biogas energy, or we can say also biomass energy, and all our wind energy and hydroelectric power energy. So this is all over regarding all our questions or all over number of advantages, disadvantages, applications, past, present and futures of all over our non-conventional sources. So if you have any doubts, we can also take a comments. So thank you.